Hey family, so I am back with another sewing video. I'm not actually going to be sewing. What I want to do is answer one of the questions that I was asked about my form. And so in order to do that, I need to be able to share my screen. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to share my screen. Okay, so from here, there we go. So from here, I am going to show you just how I um, show you just exactly how I have built this form and then do a walkthrough. Hopefully I'll answer questions and you won't be left with more questions. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to look through here and just really just so first of all, I have a template. And so within Google, you can create a form. And when you create a form, you can choose the background. You can put a picture up here. I have a very generic form. Nobody ever sees this but you all who are watching this video. And so what I do is when a team order comes in, every member of the team is required to fill out a form. And so, what I do, what information I include in it, right from the top is what the actual overlay is or what garment it is that they order. I put my requirements for deposit. And if there's any special circumstances surrounding the garment, like if I'm bringing the garments or if they're only allowed to have the garment for, like, say, the night of worship, they were only given the garment if they came to rehearsal. And so anyone who paid for the garment but didn't actually do the night of worship, they didn't get their garment until after the event was over so that it couldn't be debuted. So if there's like special circumstances surrounding that, I'll include it here. I also include in my no refund policy on this garment as well when they complete it. So I always thank them. I give them directions on how to complete the form and any tools they need. So I always tell them you need a flexible measuring tape to take your measurements. And so, and then I do a release of liability if their measurements are not correct. And so you'll understand why that's important. So what information do I gather? You add your questions here. You can add different types of questions. In this form, you can make a multiple choice. You can do a checkbox, paragraph, short answer, do a rating, which I don't do. Mostly you're going to be doing the checkbox, the drop down, short answer for this type of form. And so I'm going to delete this. If you make a mistake, it's really easy to just put the question in the trash as well. But here is, you can add options to this one for the multiple choice. So I'm going through this kind of quickly because I have to get to work this morning. So bear with me. I need to clock in soon. So I always get the customer name. I make that short answer because I don't want them writing a paragraph. I make it required. If it's a question that's not required, this won't be toggled on. I get their phone number. I get their gender. I need their height, chest measurements, and waist measurements. These are bare minimum to do an overlay. Optional, they can add in their hip measurements. If they think they're going to need pants down the line, I do have outseam and inseam for pants. And then I also include in here a preference because I do often find that some dancers prefer no sleeves because they have different sleeve garments, and then some prefer to have the actual lace sleeve. So I do give them that option, and I do make them choose a preference. I also do arm measurements. So here you can embed pictures into the actual question by adding an image here, or you can even add a video. Say I would have done the video and said, this is how I want you to take the measurement. And then they just put their length in here. And then bicep circumference, especially with women, because sometimes women, they have bigger arms or the pattern is made for smaller arms. And so I like to do an adjustment if the woman or the male says, I don't have average size arms. So if they need a bigger sleeve, I ask them to give me their biceps circumference so that I can adjust the sleeve size. If they're not having sleeves, it doesn't matter. So that's why this question isn't required. So once you get the form, there's two things you need to do. You need to publish the form. Once you have it how you like it. How do you know you like it? You come over to this eyeball and you preview it. And so right now I'm not accepting any responses, and hopefully you can see this. I'm going to share this tab instead. And so this is what the form looks like from the client side. It's the preview mode. And so once I'm happy with that and I have it there, then I am going to see how it's not published. I'm just previewing it. Once I have that there, I'm going to go back and I am going to, oh, I clicked out of it. I'm going to hit publish. Now, once I hit publish, people will be able to start sending in responses. The responses are going to come here. And what I highly recommend you do is link to a sheet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click link to sheet now so that you can see. It's going to ask, do you want to create a spreadsheet? I'm going to create a spreadsheet. You can change the name of it, but it will automatically include the name of the actual form. So the form and the spreadsheet will match. So do that. So I'm going to hit create. Once I hit create, I see the spreadsheet here. I actually work from this spreadsheet just to confirm or if I need to make changes. So it'll tell me when they sent it, it'll put all their information in. All of this will pre-populate. This will be good for you, especially if the team captain is like, hey, who submitted their information? I could just send this spreadsheet over like, this is what I have. So I can work from this one. Typically what I do though, and then I'm going to come out of that because that's basically all that is. You can edit that. So say someone's like, oh my gosh, I sent you the wrong chest measurement. I need a 36, not a 38. You can go in and you can modify it. But keep a copy of that email. Make sure they do that for you in writing and then attach that to the form. So that paper that you saw, I'm going to go back here. That paper that you saw me working from, I take from the responses. Just making sure I flip the screen every time. Okay. And so here, when all the responses come here, it'll put everybody's response on the single sheet. So that paper that you saw me putting in their individual bags was actually their personal response sheet. I actually went ahead and printed those out. I didn't print out the spreadsheet. I only do that if the captain asks for or if I need to work from it that way. I typically print out all of these sheets and that's what I put in their bag. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, how do they get the link? That's a really good question. So once you publish this, you can actually send it to the team, and the team captain can actually do all the forms for you for each dancer. If they're like all in a room, that's fine. Or you can send it to specific people. So you can choose who is that. I could also say anybody with the actual link. So responder view, I can do with the actual link if I want to share who's working on it. Once it's published, I can go in here and I can get a responder link. This is the link you want to share. You do not want to share the link to your actual form. You want to share the responder link. This is what they'll use to access the part that they need to fill out. Okay, so I'm hit save. So once it's there, it is live. Actually, let me do that. Copy the responder link. You can shorten it. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to save. This is what I will send to the team captain. You can also do a test form. So let me go back here. I'm going to leave that site. And so this is what it looks like for them. just making up stuff because they want sleeves. Um, and then they can actually choose to have a copy sent to them. So I would hit that. I highly suggest they do that. It's not on by default. And then I hit submit. Anything that is not valid, it will tell them. So and there's that. Now I can exit out of here, and then I can come back here. I'm going to, why is it, oh, I exited out of the screen share, didn't I? Let me share my screen again. Go back to the name of event. So now you'll see here, my responses came through. This is my test. It gives me a nice little data chart. All this is free in Google, right? I can then decide to print this and what I actually want to print. I go over to individuals and then I could print each individual response. Hope that helps. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll answer in the chat. Talk to you soon. Bye.